Hello and welcome to the Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. So today I want to talk to you about a minimalist Christmas. How are we going to decorate for Christmas as minimalist? Now, let me first start off by saying that if I go on Pinterest or Google and I put in minimalist Christmas decorations, it's not my Christmas tree that comes up. It's not my mantle that comes up. It's a totally different decorating style. That's okay. I do consider myself a moderate minimalist. I am very intentional about the things that come into my home, but that doesn't mean that I'm boxed in by a certain decorating style. I just want to talk to you about how that you can have a joyful Christmas that isn't cluttered, and how that we can take steps to ensure that we are still embracing our minimalist lifestyle while we're decorating for Christmas. So I actually started my minimalism journey around the holidays 2 years ago. I came home from Thanksgiving. Over Thanksgiving, I had started a Facebook group with some friends who were interested in going along with me on this journey to declutter my home and to embrace minimalism. And so I was already decorated for Christmas. We decorated before we left for Thanksgiving. I came home and I just felt like there was too much stuff. I had minimized my kitchen and I was realizing the beauty of having these empty spaces. And so I started taking down some of the Christmas decorations that I had. I even sold one of the Christmas trees that I felt was just a little bit extra. And then the next year, as I took things out for Christmas, I realized that there were still things that I had not used, and so I let those go. So I've gotten rid of about half of my Christmas decorations. This is going to be different for each of you, but I just want to give you a few steps that you can take when you are decorating for Christmas. Step number 1, only use the things that you really love for Christmas. I know that I had bought a lot of things on clearance the first year we lived here. After Christmas, all that stuff was marked down to 75%. And so I think I spent like $100 and had like a massive cart full of Christmas decorations. And then I felt like, oh, I'm pulling these out of the box. They're here. I need to find somewhere to put this, rather than saying, oh, I love this. It brings me joy when I open it up and I remember that I'd forgotten I had this Christmas decoration. I enjoy decorating with it. So when you're pulling out your Christmas stuff, only use the stuff that you really love, that you really enjoy, that you want to fill your home with. Step number 2 is only keep the things that you actually use. That was one of the first things I realized when I came home. My house was decorated for Christmas. I went and I had several boxes that were still full of things that I had not actually used that year for Christmas. And so if I didn't want to use them, I let them go. You may have these beautiful chargers that decorate a 12-piece table for Christmas dinner. But if it's been a while since you've used it and it's not something that you know you're going to be using this year, I would encourage you to let it go. Let our taste evolve. That's okay. I do have some things that I still decorate with that are from my childhood, but I also have some things that were from just a few years ago that maybe I'd bought on sale, realized I didn't like. It's okay to let those things go. Number 3, don't feel like you need to decorate every nook and cranny of your home. Rather, choose a few focal points. So for me, that is my living room. I love putting my tree in my living room and I decorate my mantle. I take everything down and I completely redo it. And then I just add a few other touches throughout the house. You walk in my house, it still feels festive, but don't feel like you need to decorate every room of your home. And last but not least, number 4. So when we're decorating, sometimes you add those Christmas decorations and all of a sudden that space feels really cluttered. It feels overwhelmed. So one thing I do is when I'm decorating for Christmas, many times I will replace what is already there. So for the centerpiece of my table, I take out the greenery that I have and I replace it with Christmas greenery. On my piano, I like to add these little elves. I feel like they're a nice contrast to the white piano. What I do is I take away the photo frames that are already there and I add those to it. I do that in many spaces of my home. I'll just take away what was there and put something Christmassy in its place. Christmas is such a joyous time. I love the lights. I love that we try to spend extra time with our family. I love really everything about Christmas. I love the music. But one thing I don't love is carrying all of those really heavy boxes down from the attic. This year, I felt like I had finally found the right balance where we pulled a few boxes down. We were able to decorate for Christmas, and I really enjoyed this time with my family. So for the holidays, I do believe that less really is more. I hope you have a really Merry Christmas, and these tips have helped you with decorating your house for Christmas.